Cool. And we are back for a Fashionable Frequency interview. We are here with Charity Nicole. Has a phenomenal, angelic voice. We're happy to have you. How are you doing today?
I'm happy to be here. I'm doing well. I feel rested and I'm happy.
You're happy. What brings you joy?
That's a good question. What brings me joy? Well, it's something that comes from within. I always talk to people about absolute happiness versus relative happiness. Relative happiness is driven by things that are outside of us.
External.
It could be, a car, clothes, jewelry, a partner, or whatever. Absolute happiness is having joy in living life itself. So, yeah, that's what I have. Yeah, joy in living life itself and being on the path to fulfilling my mission. Yeah,
That's real deep. So, finding that within your core of who you are, what is the purpose or your mission here?
well, I think, my journey has been interesting because maybe when I was younger, I didn't really know what that was. I thought it was like what people told me I should do, like my parents or,
You should go to school and be a doctor.
Right. And I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to deliver babies. I wanted to be an OBGYN. But, I thought I was going to be married with kids and a doctor at this age right now, and I'm doing none of that. Yeah, I think that. Sorry, I'm thinking about your question again. What was it?
Wow, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
It was, what is your purpose? Like,
Oh,
your
yeah.
mission?
Yeah, I want to be able to speak to the hearts of people through art. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And also by living my life with true joy and happiness. I hope that then inspires other people to know that they can live a whole fulfilled life.
Absolutely.
Right? And don't have to just sort of like accept what life you are in control of your life. Like, you get to decide what kind of life you want to have and what kind of life you will live. So yeah, that's part of my purpose for sure. And I think also as I just keep becoming who I am, maybe that definition will expand some more, but at least from where I am right now, yeah. And bringing light to other people too. Yeah, whether that's through a conversation or through my music. Yeah, bringing the light to other people's world.
No, absolutely. And I think you touched on a lot of big things that, not necessarily you touched on like self-discovery, but like loving yourself and really fulfilling who you want to be and how you want to grow. That's really like motivational. So like, what would you say to someone who is like on that journey and not really feeling the best every time they wake up, because we live in a day and age where like mental illness is growing. So how did you discover or just like define what absolute happiness looked like to you?
Through my chanting practice.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been chanting. It's a Buddhist chanting practice. And through that, it's really believing in the law of the universe, the law of cause and effect. And it's chanting is like it's saying an affirmation, and that vibration through sound for me has helped me expand my life condition. And also understand that like it's helped me transform my suffering, if that makes any sense. So like, and all of us are experiencing some level of suffering day in and day out, right? Like, it doesn't have to be something dramatic. It could just be like you feeling low self-esteem or you're not feeling happy about your job or your career path. Sometimes it can be more dire. Maybe, you've lost a loved one or, So understanding that I could transform my suffering and turn poison into medicine was what helped me with that. Yeah, and then the practice. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Chanting. I've yet to discover that practice, but I like how you defined it using sound, and even touched on how you like to express yourself through the form of art. We obviously know you are a phenomenal singer. So using that art form, how did you discover that this is something you wanted to pursue?
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay though, because it gives me an opportunity to think about it. I grew up from North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, Bull City.
Okay, rep your set.
Yes, a small town in North Carolina, and I grew up Baptist, and that has played a huge role in my love for music, and also my gift of singing and the training that I got to be able to sing the way that I do. My mother is a singer. She was really well known in Durham as a singer. She was singing at everybody's wedding, everybody's church. Mama was singing, and I grew up watching her. But also just my whole family is very musical. So we'd be sitting around at, Sunday dinner, and somebody just start singing, some sort of hymnal or something. Everybody joins in, you find your part, and that's how it goes.
Okay.
So that was a huge part. Going to my family church out in the country, New Rock Spring Baptist, and it was very, very quartet style music. So that was my early foundations of music. But then in addition to that, I went to this charter school where RTCA, and that school was really important to my actual music education.
Okay.
So church, that's spiritual and I think it was what's his name? He sings a tornado through Frank Ocean. There we go. Frank Ocean said that church is like the ghetto Juilliard, and that is so true because there was no formalized way of teaching anybody how to play an instrument or sing, but it was just get up and you got to sing from your heart. You know what I mean?
No music theory.
It ain't no real music theory, but that was training. Right. But school, when I went to that school, I was in elementary, so 2nd, 3rd grade, I started learning how to read music. So I learned how to read music. I played the clarinet. That was my first instrument. Cool. And we were playing college level marching band music, FAMU.
Wow.
Yes. Miss Terry Gullick was our band director, and we were learning. These kids, we were really talented. And so that also helped me appreciate composition of music and pulling together all the different what do you call them? Families in the band, woodwind and brass. Percussion. We had sousaphones, we had French horn, we had alto sax, soprano sax, we had cymbals, we had drums, we had flutes, piccolos in that band. And so being able to practice section by section and then have that bring it all together. I mean, we were playing Earth, Wind, and Fire. We were playing Order My Steps.
What grade again?
This was 3rd grade.
Right, okay.
This was 3rd grade. So I was in band from 3rd grade until 8th. And then I went to high school. When I got to high school, I wasn't in marching band, but I was still connected to marching band. I was really close with the director. But I was in chorus. I started doing more singing. So I was in chorus. I was also in the jazz band. It was called Southern Groove. And so all throughout this time, I always knew I could sing. I don't think I had thought about it as a career though. I don't think I had thought about it as a career, but it was just okay, I could sing. So from there, let's see, I graduate high school. And in high school, I did a lot of like stuff with the jazz band. I would sing on Friday night football games, the national anthem. I got to sing at the North Carolina High School state basketball championships. That was my first time in front of like a crowd of like 5,000 plus people. Yeah. And then from there was college. In college, I just continued to sing, but that was, I think, the first time that I started to think about it as a career. But it still wasn't like, I was just like, well, you know, because you always get told you can't make a living off of art. And I think I hate that so much, because you got to do a lot of deprogramming your mind,
Right.
To really believe in being an artist. And I'm still doing that.
Right.
Like I'm still doing that. So in college, I started, you know, performing at stuff on campus, and they would have like shows I would do. Yeah, I was just singing at a bunch of stuff. I was in this cool class. It was called a creative inquiry.
Right.
And creative inquiry is just like a research-based program that they had at Clemson. I went to Clemson. Okay. And it operated like a record label. It was kind of cool. And so basically we were assigned, the deliverable at the end of the class was to create a EP.
Okay.
So that was my first time writing and recording my own original stuff. And doing that with other students on campus. So that was really cool. I was going to the music department building and going in there and recording and being with the audio engineer and learning about what mixing and mastering was. I had no clue about that. So yeah, and then the next thing that would happen was a good friend of mine introduced me to their cousin who lived here in Atlanta, and I came up here one weekend and I ended up at the Dungeon, which was the guitarist for Outkast, and his house. It was in his basement or whatever. I'm in this place, and you know, I have been coming to Atlanta like for parties and stuff like that, but this was a new space. I get in there, met them, and then ended up just building a relationship with them, and then I would end up recording like my first single, which was Pulse, which was under my other artist name, which was Charity Nicole. Okay. That was 2017. So yeah, that was the first time I said, oh wow, to hear myself on a record like that I wrote, that was interesting and that was powerful, because that was, I think, the first moment that I was like, oh, okay, I could do this. That was one moment. I would say another moment was, I forgot to mention this, when I was at Clemson, I got paid to sing at the Men of Color. Clemson does this thing for young black boys to like get them, I don't know, interested in college and whatever. It's a summit they do every year. And Lee Gill, he was the chief diversity officer at Clemson, invited me to sing for the VIP sponsor like event prior to the summit. And cool. So what's his name was like all the important people were there who donate to this program. So that was another moment that I was like, oh, I can get paid to sing, like okay, you know, just, and I call these whispers from the universe. Right. And so that happened, that single release happened, and then so let's see, that was college. We get out of college and I go abroad for a gap year. I went to Southern Africa, and that was important, not so much for my music career, but also really realizing what I could do with my life. Yeah. Yeah. So I went to Zimbabwe. I was in Zimbabwe. And so I came back and I was meeting artists there. Really incredibly talented artists. Like I was like, man, they would run circles around some people back home. Oh wow. Like and I mean just exceptional. They were exceptional. and they were doing the things that they were doing with little. I was so impressed, and it really lit a fire in me to be like, all right, I gotta figure out what I'm doing. So I was still on a quest and a journey of like, okay, how do I want to do this? What do I want to say? That's why I wasn't really making music. So during that time, I came back, moved to Atlanta, go to grad school. I came to Atlanta because I set out two things. I was like, I gotta figure out a way to get there. I had a scholarship, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to grad school. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna pursue music. But then the pandemic happened. Stuff was like shut down. You know, I maybe did like 2 or 3 open mics, but after that, it was kind of quiet for a while for me on the music front until, let's see, 2022, 21. I was gifted a Bose speaker because I had said, you know what, I need to do something uncomfortable. And I need to do something uncomfortable. And I said, I'm gonna go out and start singing on the Beltline. And I started going to sing on the Beltline, and but it took me a year to get out there and do it because of fear. I was don't know, I was so crippled with fear about it. I think it was because it was like, I'm gonna look crazy street performing. That's crazy. But a year later, I start doing that, and I did it because I saw another Black girl on the Beltline singing. Azare, and I stopped, and her voice was so beautiful, and I said, thank you, I needed to see you out here today. And I told her what my wish was, and she said, you're gonna come out here tomorrow. And so the next day I go out there, she came out there with me, we did like a little set on the Beltline, and from then on I just started singing on the Beltline, and then that would lead to other gigs. I got to do my first corporate gig. It was a Issa Rae meet and greet. And it was a lady who had just passed by on the Beltline. I don't even think she had talked to me then. I think she found me on Instagram. But she was walking by, took a little picture of my little QR code, kept moving, but messaged me and asked if I would want to do this thing. And so I did that. And then this is what I think, for real, things started turning for me. I was like, okay, something's happening here. Something's happening here with this. And let's see, I think that was 2021 or 22. No, that was 2022. Yes. So that happens. And the end of 2022, because that was like, I had to like figure out how I'm gonna like take care of myself, get my own place. That was post grad school and all of that. And at the end of 2022, I was at a Christmas party with a friend of mine, and a few months, they had karaoke as part of the game night. It was a Christmas party game night thing.
Gotta love karaoke.
And so I got up and sang a song, just doing me like I regularly do. And then a few months later, the girl who was hosting that party reached out to me the top of 2023. So top of 2023, that was like March or April, and said that she had an opportunity, or her friend had an opportunity for me to sing on Jimmy Fallon. And I was like, huh? This doesn't seem real. I was like, this is probably not real. With Sampa the Great. And so I get this message, and this was just after I got laid off of my job. Yeah, but I wasn't upset about the layoff, to be honest with you. I really wasn't. I was just like, something bigger is happening, and it's all right. I'm good. And so I said, yeah, I would be interested. Just give them my info. And so maybe like 48 hours later, I get a message from Sampa's manager asking me to come to New York to sing background for her on Jimmy Fallon with Angelique Kidjo and the Roots. And I was floored. I fell to the ground in gratitude. Because that was the moment that I said, okay, all right, I'm doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think some of those moments, all of those moments have contributed to what let me know that, I think your question was, when did I know singing was the path, was part of the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And you touched on something early on in our conversation, that you wanted to make a connection and impact with people, and just hearing your stories of just connecting with different people and being in those rooms, you've shed light on all those different people, and you know, they're grateful for you, and I'm assuming that's vice versa. No, for sure. No, that is a beautiful, like,
no,
were you about to say something?
I was just gonna say, yeah, no, I'm so grateful for the people. My experience getting I after the Jimmy Fallon, I got to tour with Sampa last year. I did the US tour with her, and that was really important for me to see, like, from a different vantage point. Like, I wasn't, you know, the person in the front, but I enjoyed watching her from the background like that. That was really important for me. And that really that was like a healing, transformational experience for me in terms of believing what was possible. Because she is so incredible. Sampa is incredible, and her music is incredible, her story and her journey, because she was once a little black girl in Zambia, dreaming of what she's doing now.
Right.
She's toured the world. She's touring the world, and that was important for me to be a part of, and that was an important person for me to meet, and I'm so grateful for her. And I told her, you know, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I needed that, and I'm eternally grateful for that experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that is an amazing opportunity. And I know you have been expressing a lot of art through music, and we live in a day and age where in pop culture, music and fashion kind of collide. So while being on tour, did Samba wear any, you know, specific outfits, or had you in specific outfits where it's just like it popped out and you were like, oh my gosh, this is like nice threads, or it was something you wanted to like incorporate in your own like daily fashion?
Yeah, I mean, I was inspired by so many things. We didn't wear, like, we weren't in like full costume every show or anything. The Jimmy Fallon we were, though. That was really incredible. Tombi, she's an incredible wardrobe designer, costume designer, who did the outfits for Jimmy Fallon, and I was super inspired by that. I hadn't done anything on that level, and like, you know, even to how they did our hair and all of that. I just was really so exposed to so much. I can't say that there was any particular thread or anything like that, but what I will say is that those experiences have made me more aware of what I like to put on. Right. Yeah, so like, I love fringe, I love sequin, I love lots of color and texture with clothing. I love print. I have a lot. I love head wrap. I wear a lot of head wraps. I don't have one on today, but I love head wraps. I love African print. I love like wooden jewelry. Yeah, I'm still also like developing my style, I feel like, and exploring different things. But I am certainly getting clear about what I like to put on. I love to like feel feminine and girly. So I love dresses. I love gowns. Like, you know, I love stuff like that. So yeah, I'm always looking for for those types of things. And as the budget increases, I'm hopeful that I can get the dresses I really want. I'm always like sending myself stuff on Instagram. Like, I want this dress, I want this, I want this piece. And I love Black women designers. If I could just wear all Black women designers, I would do it.
You will do it.
Yeah, I will do it. So yeah, I'm still developing my style, but I'm paying attention, like I said, to what types of things I like: texture, color, stuff like that.
Okay. And if you wouldn't mind, I know you express all the different things that you would like to incorporate in your ensemble. Could you talk about your outfit today?
That's so funny. Well, this is a Zara fit.
Okay.
Yeah, this jumper's from Zara. I love Zara. Sometimes I feel like their clothes are not made for people with hips. So I'd be having to go a size or two up. But this is a Zara jumper. The bracelet is also from Zara. This my girl's earrings.
Shout out.
Ari, I done practically stole these from her. But yeah, and then the shoes, I don't remember where I got these. I think Mark Fisher. I think I got these at Nordstrom Rack. I think it was. So yeah, like I love anything that's easy too. I like to be comfortable, and I don't like to do too much either. Like I like to be comfortable. So yeah, one pieces like this, dresses, stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I have on today. And I love my Apple Watch. I love my Apple Watch. Yeah, it's important for the fitness.
It's important for the fitness.
It's important for the fitness.
Hey, health is wealth.
Health is wealth. That's the thing. First spiritual, then the physical.
No, absolutely.
Yep.
Oh man, you guys are a trip, man. It has been such a pleasure speaking with you and learning about your journey in music, and as you continue to grow, what do you hope, or what is next for Charity?
Next for me is releasing original music. Yeah, and performing live as much as I can. And I would say making myself performing live around the city. Because like I said, that period of time where like the pandemic and all of that, like I wasn't doing as much of that. But yeah, just continuing to perfect my performing skills too. I wouldn't say I'm a shy person, but like really getting into character when I get on stage, and like just really, really practicing that. Continuing to do ear training, continuing to get better at songwriting. But yeah, certainly releasing new original music, because it's been a long time since I have. And I've lived so much life. I've had a lot of experiences, and I really want that to be reflected in the music, which is why I was kind of quiet on that, because I needed to live. I needed to live and stop trying to like feel like I was pushed to like just put stuff out, because I want to do things in excellence, and quality over quantity. And I think in this era of like, oh, let me make a TikTok, I hope my song blows up on TikTok era, is like, no, it's okay to like take your time with your art. You're not on anybody else's timeline. You're on yours. And so yeah, that's what's next. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what's coming. Yeah, the music, and I'm very proud of it too. Yeah,
as you should. No, and I know that you said next you want to perform more, and we are eager to see you on stage at Fashionable Frequency and hear your new single.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I actually had a show at the same place in December. That was my first like solo show. Well, yeah, that was my first solo show. So I'm excited to be back there and also be a part of Fashionable Frequency. I'm really excited about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's in springtime. I'm a spring baby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
April 5th, you gotta come out to see Charity.
Yes.
It is going to be an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until next time, we appreciate you coming.
Thank you for having me.
About your journey. No, for real. Yeah. Peace out. So, if you wouldn't mind, would you like to participate in a game?
Sure.
No, absolutely.
I'm excited for the game.
Okay,
I want to do this.
So, I guess let me give you some rules. What we'll do is I'll throw you a word, right? You'll have 10 seconds to come up with the first song that comes to mind. Is that
That just makes me nervous. That's all.
10 seconds? Oh,
10 seconds.
Okay. How about this? How about this? I give you 15. You know what I'm saying?
15,
We're making
okay.
the rules up as
we
go.
That. I like
okay,
that.
cool. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to get my list and get the timer.
Okay.
And then, we will go from there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
you
ready,
need
I'm
anything
ready.
to prep, or you just gonna go at it?
I got a catalog of music in my head, so I'm hoping that whatever words you pull, I can quickly pull some things.
Okay. All
from
right.
that catalog.
my finger is on top of the start button.
So you're gonna give me a word.
I'm going to give you the word, and then I'm going to start the timer.
And then you're gonna start the timer. Okay.
Okay.
Lord. Okay.
The first word is love.
Love, never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found love.
Oh my God. I don't even think you took a second, and that was fucking beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay, cool. I'm excited about these next 4.
Okay. Oh Lord, I hope they're not hard.
No.
Love is easy. Everybody writes about love.
Second word, kiss.
She want that lovey-dovey, that kiss. The mind she fantasized about getting with me. She hating on him. I forgot the words, but
no, okay. All good. You started off again under like 2 seconds. What? You was up here worried, and you was here killing it. I feel like I should have a longer list now. You gonna go 5 for 5? All right. Next word, baby.
Ooh. Baby, oh, like baby, no, like baby, oh, I thought you'd always be mine. That's funny.
Wonderful.
Justin Bieber, that's funny.
Bieber,
I loved him when he was young. I loved him. I haven't kept up as much with him as he's gotten older, yeah. But I loved that song. I went crazy about that song.
I think that was probably like the peak.
It was
not really the peak, but like, you know what I'm saying. It was a different
It really
time.
was. No, that was a big moment in his career, I think.
No, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next word.
Okay.
Sweet.
Lord.
Ooh, we ran out of time. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. All right, and then one more.
All right.
You ready?
All right. Okay. I gotta do well.
I hope this is a good one.
Okay.
Final word. Joy.
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 You bring me joy. I just know that's the one line in Anita Baker's song. That's so funny. That's not a good one, but I couldn't think of anything else. Am I out of time?
No. You started singing, so I stopped the timer.
Oh, you stopped the timer.
I stopped the time. As soon as you started singing, I stopped the timer.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let us receive a King. Okay.
That is amazing. I don't think I've ever heard it sing like that.
Really?
No, I'm so serious.
I kind of bit off of Mariah Carey a little bit.
I don't think I've seen that performance. When
was
did
that
she?
Mariah or was that Whitney? Either one of them.
Both beautiful.
Both of them have beautiful renditions of "Joy to the World."
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I'm gonna go on YouTube and look both of them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta listen to that version, the Mariah Carey Christmas album, and the Preacher's Kid with Whitney. Mm-hmm. Everybody say joy, joy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
you should have did that one.
I know. I love both of those. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is amazing. I don't know if we want to continue going. If we had some outside voices that wanted some additional words.
Question.
Absolutely. Would you like to?
Hello, Charity Nicole.
Hi, Ariana.
Oh, this is so special.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you took a break from your first single. Mm-hmm. And you lived a little bit, experienced some life, and now you are making more original music. What space are you in making this music, and how does your creative process work?
Well, I came out of a deep relationship, I would say, and I would say one of the real ones of like my like adult life. And so came out of that really reflecting on a lot of things about myself, about my journey and stuff like that. And then since then I've been in this like, I don't know, free space. I'm just kind of like living very whimsically and like just being true to myself. And I think maybe before I didn't have that to really draw from. I mean, I did have some things to pull from, but I don't know, maybe I wasn't as connected to my emotional world the way that I am now. So yeah, that influences the creative process. Because even, I mean, I can hear it in my voice. I can hear it in my voice. I'm really singing from that heart center. Yeah. So, I mean, you're creating with me a lot. So you're creating with me a lot, and writing with me. And so sometimes like I'm like a literal writer, and I always tell you that you are very flowery in your language and very like, I feel like more descriptive than sometimes I am. And so, yeah, I'll be like singing, I'll just like hum melodies or I'll think of a hook. I may not, sometimes I might have words, sometimes it might just be some mumbo jumbo and I'll just record it on the voice memo. Yeah. And then, you know, when it's time to like really get in the studio and just like create a full song, I'm just like, okay, well, I got this piece. What do you have?
Yeah, and then
we put that together. And so that's kind of how a lot of times it's happening. Or like you'll write a poem and then you'll say, here, Charity, what do you? How would you sing this? How would you sing this? And I'll just, you know, we'll play a beat or something, and then I'll just, you know, take a first try at it and just sing it how I feel like I should sing those particular words. And that's how that happens. And then also I love harmony. And so harmonies are really important for me in my sound. I think I've gotten clear about that.
Yes.
Yeah, harmonies are really important. And that comes from that upbringing
the
piece.
church and the choir.
Yeah, and the church and the choir and the training. that has influenced that harmony piece. And I love like catchy like hooks and also repetition, like repetition in the music. And I think that might come from like gospel. Yeah, because a lot of gospel music is like very repetitious. Yeah. You're gonna say it 10, 11 times,
right? So that everybody can join in.
Everybody can join in.
All right, everybody come on.
Yeah. So I love repetition because I like people to be able to sing along this stuff too. I mean, and that's what makes good music too, I think. So yeah, and then just my cousin used to say to me, you got to get checked in. You got to when you get in there, you got to get checked in. And so I think I've learned to like really like get into that zone more
and tap into something.
Yeah, and tap into something. I think you talked about that in acting, like the substitution method. Like sometimes too, it might not even be me singing about my experience. Right. It might be me singing about somebody else's experience. Right. Jasmine Sullivan talks a lot, about that too. Like,
because you can't go through everything you want to sing about. You got to sing about other people's stuff too.
Right. Yeah. But I do, and I think that we're really good in collaborating because we're also both like empathic. Very. So we can feel each other's experiences, and we have similar experiences, but also different. But I think that those are some of the things that influence that creative process. And then also, like I said, being really connected to my emotional heart center.
Your emotional heart center. Your feelings.
Yeah. I've had some recent experiences where I'm like, what is this mean? And why am I feeling like some? I've had experiences where I'm like, I cannot shake this. What is this? And
you gotta work it through your body.
I've had to channel that through the music, through song. Seriously, because I've been like, I don't know where to put that. Right. I don't even know where to put that feeling or that. But so putting it in the music and just so.
Wonderful. And my only other question, if that's fine, is genre wise, or sound wise, what should people expect from your music? I know you and know what you do. You have a fusion sort of thing going on, but explain what people should expect to hear from your music.
That's such a good question because, like, I think when people, I would immediately go to say like, oh, R&B, but then I don't know. I feel like some of what's being made is not even necessarily traditional R&B, but has touches of it and elements of it. But yeah, it's really a fusion of things because like I got that church Baptist deep piece, the harmonies, the repetition, but then I also have a lot of jazz influence. I love jazz music and improvisation, and so the way I might sing certain words will be very jazzy versus like some hollering, screaming, singing down, a lot of type stuff. And then I would say maybe like classic soul, but also like funky.
And fun. You're very fun.
Yeah.
Artist. You have an interesting mix of being a lot of things that are fun lack depth, could lack depth, but you manage to still be fun while still keeping the depth and the connectivity.
Yeah. Certainly you will hear like, dang, that sounds deep. Like it sounds really beautiful and fun or whatever, but like, I think
that's kind of deep.
What's being said is like, there's some depth there for sure. Yeah, because you can just write a song about nothing. Like you could do that, but I think also that comes from that feeling. Feeling really deeply about your experiences. So.
Well, that's all I have.
No, introduce yourself.
Oh yes.
We can cut that in.
So
like a feature, like Fashionable Frequency interview featuring.
Yeah. Okay. So Ariana, tell us about yourself.
That's funny.
This is my girl. But yeah.
Hi, my name is Ariana.
Okay.
I'm here with to like kind of do.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
yeah, cut that in there.
Yeah. So, hi, my name is Ariana, and I am here. Well, no, let's back that up. Hi, my name is Ariana Deneen, and I'm here with my sister, my best friend, and my girl, Charity Nicole, who is an exceptional artist. I am a writer, an aspiring filmmaker, and an overall creative. I call myself the creative's creator. So, I can do a lot of different things, but with Charity, my role is I don't know. I'm artistic support.
She does a lot of
I
stuff.
do, yeah, and but she is incredibly talented. I just want to take a minute. Because, you know, we hear a lot about believing in your friends or supporting your friends, right? And a lot of times you can support just off the strength of wanting to support your people. But there's a deep sense of belief that I have in you. This is deep, but a very deep sense of belief that you were put here to sing and to impact. I can sing, right? But I got very clear that I'm not supposed to be in front of the mic. So my writing and hearing you sing things that I think about and put in written form in a poem, to take a poem and turn it into a song, the way that you do in that ear is so beautiful. And it's such a skill that you have. So I have such a deep belief in Charity Nicole, and that's why I'm here.
That's deep.